paper, you will be asking the chair, the new chair, to join us. Okay. Dr. Lu Xin Min, are you here?
Yes.
All right,
Hi.
all right. Let me introduce you then. Okay. So Dr. Lu Xin Min is a senior lecturer at the Center of Liberal Science, Faculty of Applied and Human Science, University Malaysia Police. Okay. She received her PhD in Applied Linguistics from Victoria University of Wellington, New Zealand. Her administrative roles is program chairperson in language courses and translation at the Center of Liberal Science, Faculty of Applied and Human Science, University of Malaysia Police. She was associate editor for Journal of Communication in Scientific Inquiry in 2019. Her expertise is in second language collaborative writing, English for academic. Okay. And then she will be helping us to be a chair for the presentation of number 8 to 10. Okay, I give you the floor. Thank you.
Right.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much for the kind introduction. All right, so let's proceed with the first of the 3 papers that I'll be chairing. So let me now introduce the next presenter, Ms. Myla Medrano Loreto from Language Center, Dusit Thani College, Assumption University of Thailand, Thailand. So she will be presenting on the paper titled Blogging as Instructional Strategy, Improving Oral Communication Skills of Generation Z. Okay, Ms. Myla, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shi. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. In the words of the vloggers that we watch, they would tell us, hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so I'm very delighted to be with here. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share my study on the utilization of vlogging as a strategy to improve the oral communication skills of our current generation of students, the Generation Z or the Gen Z. So I divided my short presentation into the following parts. So to begin with, I just like to start with something that we in the higher education institutions already know, okay, as we deal with them every day, our Gen Z students who are heavily exposed to social media, okay, particularly Facebook, YouTube, and Line application, in as far as my very own students are concerned. Okay, and as Mark Prensky also described them to be digital natives, the first generation of digital natives to be born, because as they are described, their main language is digital technology. Okay, and with that, okay, I have become interested in how to successfully integrate technology in the teaching and learning process. I myself being a communications teacher, so I am highly interested on how education can benefit, okay, from this heavy exposure of our Gen Z students. How can we utilize social media activities, okay, which is the platform where our students spend most of their time in, okay, to improve certain skills. In my case, I teach principles of communication to first-year students, and this subject expects that, okay, the students will be equipped with effective presentation skills to prepare them for the other requirements of their college or university life. So given the background also of our Thai students, I have been teaching in Thailand for almost 8 years now. And even if I teach in the international program, okay, it's still a big challenge, okay, on how to improve their English proficiency, especially their oral presentation, their oral communication skills, brought about by a number of factors, as you can see on the slide, their anxiety, the use of traditional methods, and the lack of opportunity for practice, which has become a bigger challenge when we shifted to online learning, okay, due to our current situation. And so this study, I thought about it when I myself become fond of watching vlogs, like 2 years ago. And I seem to enjoy watching vlogs, and I watched some where the vloggers themselves were saying, I didn't know I can do it. Now I am more confident. And so that started my interest in why don't I try to use this strategy for my students? And because of that, I started researching, doing the literature review. I found these factors that I think most of us are aware of. And also, okay, I come across a very interesting article from Baran, written in 2007, where he, in a way, predicted or forecasted the promises of video blogging, as it was called before, the complete word for vlogging, video blogging in education. And from there, I came across related studies that actually have integrated and have attempted to use vlog to improve speaking skills of their students also in the college level. So that brought about this study. Okay, one is to leverage on the students' heavy exposure because they are already there in social media. The second is successful integration. How can we successfully integrate technology? Third is addressing the gaps, okay, that I have mentioned earlier. And also, I see this study as a response to the call and the need and recommendations of previous researchers that we need more communicative and more immersive strategies to improve the communication skills of our students. And so from there, I have developed these research objectives on, first is assessing how vlogging can indeed improve or not improve at all the communication skills of our students, the first year students in my case, in the areas of nonverbal communication, verbal communication, and organization of content. And second is, I also wanted to gather their perceptions about their vlogging experience. So these are my two objectives, which were anchored on this theoretical frameworks in education. One of Vygotsky's, the zone of proximal development, okay, where he is advocating that, okay, there is a before and after in the learning process, that we can improve our students' skills or ability with the help of the more knowledgeable others in that specific zone of proximal development. And so that's why in this study, we created a private Facebook group where the students share and upload their vlogs, and where they are also assigned to exchange peer comments, peer feedback, as what they would be usually doing in the Facebook community, in their Facebook pages. So we have that community for them. And also in relation to Bandura's social cognitive theory, okay, which posits the learning by observation. Okay, so as the students watch their classmates' vlogs, and of course, because the students are heterogeneously mixed in the class, they have different levels of proficiency. So they can watch the vlogs that served as their model because they see effective communication skills in the three different areas. Okay, and so they were able to learn by modeling and by observation. And I have this framework as well, where I utilize both quantitative and qualitative research methods. So there, okay, there was a pre-vlogging activity at the start of the class, which can be considered a pre-test. Okay, and then after that, okay, I assigned 4 vlogging assignments to the students, which they will be doing outside of the class with the intention of adding or giving them more opportunities for practice, given that they really have very limited, and it became more limited when we switched to the online learning. And then at the end of the semester, they again did their post-vlogging speaking presentation in class. Okay, and then after that, I conducted 4 focus group discussions among my first year students. So these are the 4 vlogs that they created and shared. They are Communication World, their top 10 dreams, their relationship matters, and the last one is developing my interpersonal skills, which are all linked to the topics that we discuss in class. Okay, which are all linked to the topics that we discuss in class. And they are given guide questions wherein they will tell their story and they will reflect based on these key concepts discussed in class. And so to continue, okay, out of 50 total enrollees, 42 were able to successfully complete the 4 vlogs. Okay, and in the focus group discussions, there was an average of 10 to 12 participants for each discussion conducted. And then this one, just to show you our timetable of activities, we were also challenged in this part because ideally the instructional plan originally created was, it was for 16 weeks. But because of the COVID-19 circumstances, my college decided to have an 8-week semester, or an 8-week semester. So instead of meeting once a week, we're meeting twice a week. So we have to adjust also. So later in the discussion, this will also be a factor, time. Okay, why there are some students who really had a very challenging time producing and completing the vlogs. And to continue, okay, I have 2 main research instruments in the study. One is a rubric, which is adapted from the following researchers. It's a 4-point rubric used for the pre-test, for the 4 vlogs, and for the post-test or the post-vlogging activity. And the other one is an expert-validated focus group discussion guide. And so for the data analysis, I employed the following data analysis methods. And to share the results for the first objective, statistically or quantitatively, overall, there was a significant improvement. Okay, there was a significant difference in the pre-test and post-test in the overall scores, okay, of all the 42 participants. Okay, and in relation to that, to support this, in each of the skill, non-verbal comm, verbal comm, and oral communication skills, okay, all of this also yielded significant differences comparing their pre-test and post-test scores. And moving on to their perception, which, okay, to me is really more meaningful, okay, and more interesting when we did the FGDs. So in the thematic analysis, guided as well by the FGD guide, these were the dominant themes that were drawn out from the focus group discussions. So that the students share their thoughts and feelings, which was mostly anxiety at first, developing into feeling more comfortable and more confident in doing the vlogs. So that's the overall feeling of the students about their experience. They had a very meaningful narration and stories on preparation, okay, because, okay, they had to, like some students, they narrated they have to film 20 times until they can submit the best version of their vlog. So the students said it's very time consuming. They have to spend one whole day to prepare. They have to write a script. They have to study the lesson again. And then they have to find a good place to film a quiet place, and they have to edit as well for those students who would like some creative visuals in their output. Communication skills improvement, this was validated. The quantitative results was validated by the qualitative results. However, okay, it's still only very few, like
Myla,
3. Yes, Ka?
Myla, can I interrupt? Okay, can you wrap it up? Because
Yes, Ka. Sure, Ka. So these are some of the quotations, okay? Very interesting quotations, just to highlight, okay, just to highlight that apart from oral communication skills, okay, very interestingly, they all said that vlogging also improved their self-awareness, their socialization skill, their lesson comprehension skill, technical skill, and writing skills. Okay, so in terms of peer feedback, where they shared this, there were 2 sides to this. Most students appreciated it positively. Few students had reservations. They say that, who am I to give a feedback? I'm not the teacher. My comment might not be reliable. One student said, I feel depressed when I get negative feedback. So it did not help him at all. And other students said he feels lazy because it's time consuming to watch and to give comments as well. So there are opposing perceptions on the feedback part. So these are, okay, as I mentioned already earlier, okay, I will now move on to my conclusion, okay, which based on the statistical and qualitative results, vlogging can be successfully integrated in learning oral communication skills. Apart from that, it can cultivate other skills that I previously mentioned. Apart from oral communication skills, it was perceived positive, effective, yet challenging because of the level of preparation. And supporting the theories, it promotes learning by observation and modeling. And as for the recommendation, I strongly recommend that for other instructors and professors to adopt this technology into your class and experience how promising the potential of vlogging is in helping us integrate technology successfully. However, please give due consideration to guidelines, clear instructions, assignment of topics, the preparation time, the attitude of the students, and their language aptitude as well. Okay, and if further studies can be conducted, of course, in other subjects with a bigger sample, okay, those are also recommended. So thank you very much for your attention, everyone. And I will appreciate your comments, feedback, and questions. Thank you so much, Kajan.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Myla. Very insightful presentation. Yeah, I agree with you that, I think the current generation are really not shy about presenting themselves in front of the camera. So this seems like a very good, highly potential activity, especially, with the finding of yours that found out that there's also other development of skills besides, oral communication. All right, I'll open to the floor first for any questions or comment.
Okay, can I ask you something? Okay, so you entitled this for Gen Z, right? Do you think that we can actually use this for other generations as well?
I think adjourned for Gen Z, yes. And I would, okay, in my opinion, for the generation after Gen Z as well. Okay, although the next generation Alpha are really more, okay, they're more into technology, because I have some students, Gen Z, expectedly they should be thriving in a technology infused learning environment, okay, but there are few of them who are still struggling. Okay, they say, Ajan, I don't know how to put background music, okay, I don't know how to choose the correct pictures to insert. And that's why I also recommended for us to reinforce digital literacy, okay, which is also a 21st century skill. I think that's also very important. So students are given the chance to create their own communication materials, share it, and collaborate as well with their peers.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Myla.
Ajan.
Thank you, Myla. Okay, Dr. Lu Shimin, okay, allow me to actually say something here because, I'm going to hand over